Welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host. Who else but the Natty Teacher? And today, we got our first pull workout of the week. Pull A, as I like to call it. Pull 1, pull A, pull, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I just reference it as pull A and pull B. Not that either one is more or less important. It's just they're two different sessions. That's all. Pull A. So anyways, what do we got on the docket today? Well, we have a one-arm cable row, but we're going to be pulling from a much higher angle on this one. Okay, so it'll be supported with a bench, and essentially we are going to be pulling the cable through the lat. Okay, so kind of a high to low cable row, or pull down, if you want to call it that. I guess it'd be kind of more of a cable pull down. Then after that, we are going to move on to a chest-supported neutral grip row off a machine. Then we'll move on to, on that same piece of equipment, coincidentally, I have two different variations of lat rows, one-arm lat rows in my regiment right now. I feel like they do hit at different angles, which is good. So I'll move into that particular row. And then after that, we have a upper back pull down. Has become one of my favorite exercises for the upper back. I love it. It's a lot of fun. So I really have been enjoying that one. So I'm going to definitely continue to keep that one in the regiment for a while for sure. Continue to run that one up. We got some rear delt flies after that. And then we have our one arm machine preacher curls, followed by our, I'm not losing my train of thought here. Lat saw curls. Yeah. And that will cover us. We do have some abs today as well. And also, I believe, yeah, we have calves, or no, sorry. We have calves tomorrow. Never mind. I was going to say calves because we didn't train them yesterday, and I train them 3 times per week. Abs after. So in the form of some rope crunches for sure. So anyways, yeah, man, that's the session. Obviously, I will not record abs. Like abs and calves, I never record. It's just, it's not something I would want to watch. That's something I would fast forward through in a video. So I would assume a lot of you are probably in that same headspace. But regardless, top set of those one-arm cable pull-downs coming at you right about now. All right, so up first we have a single arm pull down off the cable tower. I got that cable up at the very top, as high as it can go, getting that bench on a nice incline. Very simple, guys. Get a D handle on there and drive that hand through the back of the ladder. Hand, I should say, the elbow more than the hand, really. Drive through the back. I like to make sure that elbow gets at least parallel to the side of the body, and go from there. So we did built up to 2 top sets, or 2 working sets here. Again, this one I like to keep in that 8 to 12 rep range, nice and controlled, really making sure we're getting a good full range of motion, maybe stretching a little much here, but you know what? I ain't opposed to it. So again, 2 working sets here, and then we moved on. So now we have a neutral grip chest supported row here. Has become very quickly one of my favorite rowing variations. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this bad boy. Again, keeping this in that 8 to 12 rep range, getting a nice squeeze in the back of this particular movement. And again, this guy's, I feel like a lot of people think that elbow, because it's driving through the back here, that it's a lot of lat. You're going to get some lat, of course, but I would argue this is kind of more mid upper back traps. So that's really my area of focus here. You can see a lot of action up there if you really watch closely when I row that way back, or row that weight back. This one I do usually keep closer to 8 to 10. I will say that as well. So this was a couple training sessions ago for this particular workout, but yeah, 2 working sets here, both at that top weight. Then we have some single arm machine lat rows. I do like this exercise, but to be honest with you guys, this one in my next training block, which I'm going to be starting, I'm still in a deload week right now, or a deload block, where it's a total of 5 deload sessions with 3 total rest days. So it's like push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, rest, just to give my knees and legs just a little bit of extra rest and recovery. But when I do come back after this deload, so I have a couple more sessions, it'll be this week, I am going to be swapping this out for just a Smith row. Yeah, again, this is a good exercise, but I have one like on a cable movement that's a lot like this in my second session of the week, second pull session. So I'm like, I'm gonna swap that out for something that I enjoy a little bit more, which is that Smith row. Then we have a upper back pull down with the lat saw, making sure that we are driving back through the upper back, get a little bit of rear delt action in here as well, and traps. Phenomenal movement, has again become one of my favorite pull down variations, arguably ever. I just lean back, get my keep my head and chest up. And guys, it's very simple. Just grab that lat saw, get those two, handles, and just driving the elbows back through the back. And again, I keep them positioned, kind of keep them in a position where I drive them through the upper back more than anything else. So 2 working sets there, 2 working sets of that single arm lat row, by the way. Don't know if I said that, but so a total of 8 direct working sets of back for this pull A session. And then we went on to rear delts. So we did just a basic, guys, them rear delt flies, machine rear delt flies. You can see my hands. I actually don't like to grip the handles. I have found that keeping, kind of keeping that weight on the outside of my hand, kind of drive through and connect with the rear delt just a little bit better. That's just me. You absolutely can use the handles, so please feel free to do that. That's just me personally. I like to do it like this, and I feel like I connect a lot more with this. So we're getting that seat height set up to where we're driving completely back through the rear delts. We don't want our arms angled too high. We don't want our arms angled too low either. But again, getting a nice, good squeeze in the back and those rear delts. 3 total working sets here. Again, that 8 to 12-ish rep range or so. Then some single arm machine preacher curls. I don't think I implemented it this particular training week because, again, this would have been 2 or 3 training weeks ago for me. I got a bunch of video footage to upload here. But one thing I'm doing with my machine preacher curls is I am doing 3 working sets here, and I am implementing mile rep match sets. So basically, I'll do a top set with a particular weight. Let's say I hit 12. That means for the following 2 sets, I am going to be hitting 12 as well for as many little mini breaks as I have to do. Again, it's kind of like a rest pause, but the mile rep match sets usually are a little bit, I would argue, more efficient. Very short set breaks, kind of just enough to catch your breath. Maybe like a quick 5 to 10 count. Usually for me, it's closer to about a 10 count. And then you just keep going. So again, 3 working sets here. You can do straight sets, that's cool, but I prefer the mile rep match sets. So then we have some lat saw curls, trying to keep those elbows out in front of the body and drive those handles up towards the chin. I really love this exercise. This again has become one of my favorite curling variations because of the tension that it provides, but also with these handles, it's not a locked bar. So there is kind of a little bit of stability that comes into that as well. So again, I would recommend if you're going to use this one, 8 to 12 reps, maybe 10 to 12, 10 to 15 if you'd like. That's up to you. But I am a really big fan of this particular movement. So excited. Again, I'm watching all this old footage of me, and it's like, I'm excited to get back into the gym, hard and heavy. Deloads are great. They are. And I would argue that they are much needed. But it's just motivating, and I want to get in there. So again, 2 working sets here, 8 to 12 reps. That'll do you just fine. And I'll catch y'all in the outro coming at you right about maybe now. Did I not cut this part of the video short? What's happening here? Oh, no, this is a mile rep match set. Sorry. Look at that. Perfect example. I was wondering. So whatever my top set was there, this is actually my second set. So I had obviously done a straight set, and then this was a mile rep match set to match that top set as far as reps go. So you see I, didn't completely set down the bar there, but just, gave it a nice little rest and just enough to get it those last 2 reps. And now I'll catch you in the outro. Cool. All right. Pull A session in the freaking books. Man, I'll tell you what, that was a phenomenal session. There was only one thing that went wrong. I freaking dropped my green beans and pineapple. So now, I'm luckily only about 10 minutes away from my house. So, because I already have my steak and rice. Like, I had the bulk of my meal. But I'm going to go home and have some veggies and some, some pineapple, some green beans pineapple real quick. Because I am just that OCD and weird about my meals. So, good to add it into a meal later and go pick up my kid and go a different way. But because I'm weird, I am going to go home and, I can still just take, go that way to go pick up my daughter too. But regardless, I'm going to go home and get some grub. I'm gonna finish that meal because I feel incomplete at the moment. Yeah, I can't believe I literally just straight up dropped it on the floor. Like, dropped it directly on the floor. So, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, kind of kind of a pain in the butt, but we ain't gonna freak out about it. It ain't the end of the world. So I'm close to my house anyways. So just go home and grab it real quick. You know, the serving that I need, and eat it, smack it down, and go pick up my daughter. No big deal. NBD, baby, NBD. So, yeah, phenomenal session though, guys. Again, I feel like I've really found that balance of proper intensity with, you know, proper like tempo and technique and all that kind of fun jazz for my training. So I'm really happy that I've found that sweet spot. That's the best way I can describe it. Just a sweet spot. Like I feel like I've really found that ideal spot to be in for my particular, you know, for my body, my anatomy, and all that kind of fun jazz. So, yeah, like I said, phenomenal session, guys. 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, 20 out of 10. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Minus the dropping the green beans and the pineapple on the floor. That was not a great move. But what can you do? Accidents happen. So, anywho, yeah, man, that's kind of about it. So next session I have, of course, for me is tomorrow. For you guys will be towards the end of this week. Is my leg A session. So, you know, hitting legs, you know, pretty balanced. I was going to say it was a quad focused day, but not so much. It's a very, very balanced session tomorrow and also Friday. Both of my leg sessions right now are very, very balanced between work, you know, for the quads and hams and glutes, you know, calves and all that kind of fun jazz. So it's pretty evenly dispersed between those muscle groups. So that'll be cool. I'm excited for that one. That'll be a good session for sure. That'll be a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm very excited to get in there and crush that tomorrow. Or for you guys, a couple days from now. So other than that, hey man, if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it big time, guys. You know, it really helps myself, helps the channel and its continued growth for sure. So I really appreciate y'all big time. If you want, hit that like button on this video if you like it. Drop any comments, questions, or feedback you got down in the comments section below. And if you wouldn't mind sharing the video, that'd be awesome as well. Tell your friends all about the Natty teacher. And yeah, that's kind of the end of my spiel, man. Kind of the end of my my pitch. That's about all I got. So first and foremost, hey man, for everybody out there, God bless. Second of all, definitely not as important. I am the Natty teacher, and for myself and the whole Natty family, this episode of Road to Natty Pro is out. I'll catch y'all on the next one.